Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Sprague Field in Wellesley, Massachusetts. Here to bring you coverage of today's freshman boys soccer contest between the hosting Wellesley High Raiders and the visiting Brookline High Warriors. Promises to be a fun one today. Remember, as always, if you end up enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. I got plenty of Brookline Warriors games lined up throughout this fall season. Tomorrow I'll actually be back here in Wellesley for a JV boys soccer game between Brookline and Wellesley. And then on Friday, I'll be back in Brookline for some Friday Night Lights between Brookline and Natick. But for now, we are focusing on today's freshman boys soccer game. But if you want to stay tuned for my future live streams, subscribing to the channel can help. And of course, as always, if you've got anything you'd like to say, if you notice any technical difficulties during the stream, anything about the video or the audio seems off, if I'm getting a player's name wrong or I'm pronouncing it wrong, this is my first time covering both teams, so I'm bound to flub one or two pronunciations, but I'm going to do my best. But I encourage you to correct me in the live chat if you notice me getting something wrong. Or if you just want to simply say go Brookline or go Wellesley. We've got one note in the live chat already from Nick. Yes, sir, we bout to win. And, it can be as simple as that. So we're set for a 4 p.m. start time. The two teams warming up. You can see Brookline in their white jerseys here on the right. And then over on the left, you can see Wellesley. They've got pennies over their black jerseys. So those are the two teams coming into this contest. And let's read off those rosters as we get ready for today's contest. We'll start with the hosting Wellesley High Raiders. Going in order of jersey number, first off we have number 2, Will Karp. Next is number 3, Martin Daraganov. Number 4, Brendan Nicolazzo. Number 5, Leo Ventimiglia. Number 6, Antonio Romeo. Number 7, Matt Gailun. Number 8, Jeffrey Peng. Number 9, Chris Colbert. Number 12, Alex Galatopoulos, or Galatopoulios. Number 13, Alex Van Dyke. Number 15, Luca Buchbinder. Number 16, Christian Smith. Number 19, Nicholas Vigil. Number 20, Matthew Silk. Number 21, Gavin Jemski. Number 22, Druv Kassat. Number 26, Jude Ramsden. Number 27, Will Block. Number 28, Alex Bonnet. And number 29, Sam Stewart. Head coach of the Wellesley High freshman boys soccer team is Kyle Millington. So that is the roster for Wellesley, the home team today. Now let's move over to the other side of the field and let's take a look at the visiting Brookline High Warriors. Once again, going in order of jersey number, first off, we have number 3, Ryan Goldberg. Next, we have number 4, Benjamin Keegan McGlynn. Number 5, Zubin Kahosi. Number 6, Daniel Leary. Number 7, Jonah Lipman. Number 8, Aiden Vandor. Number 9, Mason Stern. Number 13, Koya Nicoli. There's the whistle. Teams are about to get to their benches, so I'll just keep reading this off. Number 15, Dylan Hatchett. Number 21, Theo Nisler. Number 22, Joseph Park. Number 23, Liam Forey. Number 28, Matthew Rosales. Number 73, Robert Marco Neer. Number 76, Harrison Flint. Number 78, David Perez Lawrence. Number 17, Christoph Huang. Number 80, Kai Putney. Number 85, Zachary Lieberman Wingirter. Number 86, Finbar Bruin. Number 87, Zachary Gibbons. Number 88, Liam Raybold. Number 89, James Carr. And number 90, Hunter Robin. That is the roster for Brookline's freshman team coming into today. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan coming to you live from Sprague Field in Wellesley, Massachusetts for today's high school freshman boys soccer contest between Brookline and Wellesley. They're getting ready to get this one underway. You saw the captains meeting at midfield to decide opening possession. So this one ought to get underway very soon. Beautiful day for soccer. Sun's beaten down, barely a cloud in the sky. Those who are familiar with my live streams know I usually like to be on the opposite side of the team's benches, so I'm not in anyone's way or they don't get in the view of the shot, but sun's coming from the side with the benches, so it would be staring right at us if I was over on that side. So I'm on the same side as the benches, but thankfully there appears to be plenty of space between the benches, so shouldn't be too big of a deal. There's been a few gusts of wind here and there, so that could potentially impact some high-flying kicks, like if someone goes for a clearing kick or a long aerial pass. Could potentially be affected by the wind. But other than that, it's just a clear and perfect day for soccer. You know, and you compare that to the past couple of days, you know, couldn't ask for much better. The two teams huddling. If you notice the Wi-Fi connectivity becoming a problem, let me know in the live chat if it gets really egregious. I am recording this while streaming it, so I can upload a recorded version without all the skips. if it ends up getting really bad and we end up losing a lot of the live stream, or if I miss any key moments. Brookline breaks the huddle and sends their starters out onto the field. Looks like they're going to have Liam Forey starting in net today, wearing the green goalie jersey. No jersey numbers, but the coach helped me identify their two keepers by color of their jersey rather. And then for Wellesley over here, we can actually see the last name on the back, but the coach had already identified him for me anyway. That is Will Block, who is identified as number 27 on the roster, but as he's playing keeper, you know, goalkeeper jerseys are always so weird on these high school rosters. Doesn't matter if it's varsity, JV, or freshman. It's always the hardest person to identify. But thankfully, we've identified the keeper on both sides, and we're ready to get this one underway. Looking at some of the players coming out for Brookline, we see among them number 28, Matthew Rosales. I saw number 4, Benjamin Keegan-McGlynn. I saw number 90, Hunter Robin. I saw number 85, Zachary Lieberman-Wingirter. I see number 7, Jonah Lippman. I see number 89, James Carr. Number 3, Ryan Goldberg. Number 15, Dylan Hatchett. Number 80, Kai Putney. And number 13, Koya Nicoli. So those are the Brookline starters, along with Liam Forey in net, as we get ready for this, the opening possession of the first half. Looks like Ben Keegan-McGlynn is going to get us started at midfield. Brookline versus Wellesley, freshman boys soccer. Opening whistle, here we go. Long kick up the field by Putney, and breaking loose is Robin. Through pass, almost made it, but not quite. Good pass from Hunter Robin, or good idea at least. Just well broken up by the Wellesley defense. Brookline takes it back, trying to work it upfield again. Pass to the outside to Goldberg. Goldberg kicking it towards the middle, booted away. It goes right back to Goldberg. Touches it through to Keegan-McGlynn. His tap goes back to Robin, back to Keegan-McGlynn. Passes along, finds a target. Trying to fight his way through, and it's broken up. A hard push by Koya Nicoli. And it was last touched by Nicoli. So now Wellesley will get the goal kick. Looks like Wellesley's number 13, Alex Van Dyke, taking the goal kick for the Raiders. Kick bounces off Goldberg, deflected again, now booted high in the air. Bouncing along, and Putney taps it back. Pass upfield from Jonah Lippman off the mark. Wellesley takes it away. Now it's deflected by Rosales and rolls out of bounds. It'll be Wellesley ball. Raiders throw it in. Rosales immediately comes in and breaks that up. Moving it upfield, it deflects over to Nicoli. Long pass ahead. He's got a target. Chance, and it's just deflected by block. Goldberg almost swooped in as that pass was just a little too far for Zach Lieberman-Wingirter. So that is going to set up a corner kick for Brookline. Already Brookline putting up some big offensive pressure here to start this one. Goldberg lining up for the corner kick. Launched in the air, off ahead and over the bar. Lieberman Wingirder got his head on it, but just didn't have the angle. He was just a little too much under that ball, and it sailed high. Another goal kick coming up. Walled off by Putney, goes right to Lieberman Wingirder, but he can't push through the defender. Swooping in is Nicoli, but he can't control it. It's taken away, however, by Keegan McGlynn. Pass to the outside to Rosales. Now back to Keegan McGlynn. Keegan McGlynn passes it back to James Carr, up to Rosales, now deflected back to Putney. Goes back to Carr, kicked upfield, deflected. Swooping in and taking it is Keegan McGlynn. Pass up to Robin. Robin tries to pass the outside. He does get it to Goldberg. Goldberg fakes out his defender, charging in, fires, and that sails high. Ryan Goldberg has come close on a couple of occasions already. But this will simply be another goal kick for the Raiders. Raiders with the goal kick, walled off by Putney. Putney dribbling, passes towards the middle, gets to Keegan McGlynn. Keegan McGlynn sends a long pass back to Dylan Hatchett. Hatchett passes to Goldberg. Goldberg lost track of it for a second, but gets it back. Still trying to fend off his defender. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Brookline ball. Quick throw-in from Goldberg to Keegan McGlynn, but it's lost out of bounds. Another goal kick for the Raiders. Goal kick high in the air. Goes all the way back to Littman. He lifts it high. Goes off the head of Lieberman Wingirder. Offside's called. Hunter Robin would have had the first goal of the game there, but just a step too far. And he's called for offsides. Free kick from Wellesley goes to the near side. And now a pass kept in bounds by number 21. Kick to the middle. Wellesley stringing some passes together, but now it's knocked away by Putney, and Keegan McGlynn pushes it back upfield. And that attempted clear is sliced out of bounds. Rosales picks it up quick, throws it in down the near side. And Robin trying to push it. Hunter Robin kicks it across. Too far. But stolen back by Goldberg. Goldberg, he's had a few near chances. Could this one be it? Shot is somehow blocked. Deflects back to Keegan McGlynn. Another shot is walled off again by the defense. Wellesley with the valiant effort to keep the ball out of the net. It now goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Brookline. What a scrappy effort by the Raiders to keep that one in, as that ball goes out of bounds. And when I say keep it in, I mean keep it out of the net. Kick goes in. Attempted kick upfield, deflected out off of Rosales. Attempted kick coming from number 20, Matthew Silk. Silk throws it in. Deflects, taken by Nicoli. Nicoli the shot, saved by Block. Juicy rebound. Robin knocks it in. Hunter Robin puts Brookline on the board first. A 1-0 lead now to Brookline here in the first half. Goal scored by Hunter Robin, assisted by Koya Nicoli. Now we get ready to start again. Martin Daraganov getting it started for Wellesley, passes it back. It's sent all the way back to Silk. Silk tries to kick it upfield and it goes out of bounds. Quick throw in, goes to Nicoli, pass back to Carr. Carr sends it back to Littman. Littman sends it up to Keegan McGlynn. Keegan McGlynn sends it up to Nicoli, who tries to tap it back for Keegan McGlynn. He loses it and draws a foul. Ben Keegan McGlynn draws the foul on that one, trying to fight through a Raider sandwich there. And now Brookline lining up for the free kick. Looks like it's going to be Jonah Littman taking this one. Very makeable distance if he decides to just go for it. Kick launches in, just batted out by Block. Again, a juicy rebound. Again, deflecting around, kicked out. So Wellesley again fights it out of the box. A great save by Block, followed up by a scrappy defensive effort from the Raiders. Carr throws it in back to Littman, who passes it all the way back to Hatchett. Hatchett sends it upfield to Goldberg. Goldberg again breaks away from his defender, kicks it upfield, intercepted, knocked loose, but Wellesley battling it upfield, and a foul is called, I believe, on Keegan McGlynn. Free kick from the Raiders. Bounced off a hand, but no call. Couple times bounced off a hand, it looked like. And that one's a trip, as number 12, Alex Galatopoulos, got tripped up there. Free kick is launched deep into Brookline territory, goes off the head of Carr. Collision, booted out by Keegan McGlynn, but headed towards the goal, booted away by Carr. Goes upfield to Goldberg, stolen back by the Raiders. Send a long pass off the mark, but it bounces away from Rosales and goes out of bounds. Unlucky high bounce there. Silk throws it in. Booted away by Littman. Deflected by Robin, and it's taken by Nicoli. Nicoli on the counterattack. He gets cut off by Silk. And then drawing a foul is number 5, Leo Ventimiglia. Ventimiglia takes the free kick himself, goes upfield. Carr gonna get there first. Stolen away and knocked out of bounds. Or no, it's not out of bounds. No whistle. Littman, the heads-up play to keep playing through the whistle. He gets it up to Nicoli. Now kicked up to Lieberman Wingirter. Almost got it ahead to a streaking Robin. Would have been a breakaway, but just broken up by the Wellesley defense. Pass to the outside, rolls out of bounds. It was intended for number 21, Gavin Jemski. Carr throws it in. Off the head of Robin, off the head of Rosales, stays in bounds, and now booted out by the Raiders. Off the foot of number 19, Nicholas Vigil. Carr throws it into Nicoli, tapped into the air, off the head of Robin, but now cleared out by Silk. Race to the ball. Littman gets there first. Oh, but it's taken away. Number 3 for Wellesley is cut off. Coming from the far side of the field, Dylan Hatchett to break that one up as Martin Daraganov was off to the races, but this will be a corner kick for Wellesley. Jemski sends it towards the box, walled off by Liam Forey, and that will set up another corner kick. Jemski setting up for another corner. This one comes in much higher, way too high as it sails all the way down to the other side. Trying to work it up the far side is Wellesley. It's knocked out of bounds, goes off Keegan McGlynn. Throw in. Broken up and taken by Nicoli, kicked up field, deflected, scrumming for the ball, and Nicoli comes out with it, and a foul is called on Wellesley. Littman setting up to take another free kick. 1-0 the score in favor of Brookline off a goal scored by Hunter Robin. This kick deflected down. Keegan McGlynn had it for a second. Now taken away. But now an errant pass gets to Goldberg. Goldberg working up the far sideline again. Shakes his defender loose. Fakes out one defender. Fires a shot. It's walled off. Deflects over to Rosales. Touch pass for Nicoli. Nicoli slices off his foot. And it curves all the way to the far corner for Goldberg. Stolen away and kicked upfield out of bounds. Number 6, Antonio Romeo on defense against Goldberg there. Throw in. It's missed. Shot from Nicoli, walled off. Rebound, Robin again! Hunter Robin twice off the rebound from shots by Koya Nicoli. Now a 2-0 lead for Brookline. Those second chance scores. And we've now got some subs checking in. And 2-0 the Brookline lead. Wellesley passing it all the way back to block. That almost didn't work. Pass goes out to Romeo, walled off by Goldberg. Goldberg manages to get it towards the middle. Lieberman Wingert passes, shot, and that one's in! Off the bench and immediately to the back of the net. Number 73, Robert Marco Neer. Off the assist from number 85, Zach Lieberman Wingert. Pass goes back. Wellesley trying to move it upfield. Pass Outside, back to Silk. Now back to Jemski. Jemski looking around, kicks towards the middle, finds Daraganov. Up in the air, now taken by number 4, gets it up to Galatoplios. Now a pass broken up. Robin tries to pass to Goldberg on the outside, too far. Throw in for Wellesley, bouncing along. And Hatchett kind of lost his balance and then deflected the ball out of bounds. This one goes off the head of Hatchett. Wellesley takes control, but only for a second as Marco Neer takes it back. His kick deflects. Attempted clear, walled off by Keegan McGlynn. Kicked upfield, recovered by Goldberg. Goldberg, pass to the middle. Misses Marco Neer, but gets to number 9 for a long shot that just bounces off of the post. And now this one deflects out of bounds. Nearly a goal for number 9, Mason Stern. Quick throw in for Wellesley, deflected along. Keegan McGlynn takes it. Passes up to Marco Neer. Marco Neer sends it to the outside to Goldberg. Goldberg can't fake out his defender, but he recovers the ball, gets a bit of space, fakes, and can't fake him out a second time. We got 2 subs coming in for Brookline. This is number 76, Harrison Flint, and number 78, David Perez Lawrence. They replace Zach Lieberman Wingirder and Hunter Robin. Throw in coming from Hatchett. Gets to Marco Neer. Marco Neer pass back to Hatchett. Trying to get it out of that jam there. Keegan McGlynn chases it down and draws a foul. Free kick coming up again from Lippman. Lippman's kick sails too far wide, out of bounds. That'll be a goal kick. (3-0) the Brookline lead. As they get ready for another goal kick. Kick stolen away by Brookline. And foul called on Brookline. Kick upfield. Deflects and recovered by Keegan McGlynn. Pass back to Littman. Upfield, cut off by number 19, but deflected all the way to Goldberg. Goldberg sending it up the line. Too far out of bounds, Wellesley ball. Throw in coming from number 4, Brendan Nicolazzo. Deflects off of Daraganov and out of bounds. Hatchett now throwing it in. Taken by Marco Neer. Marco Neer charging in, kicks it towards the middle. Just kicked out, just barely. As that was a near chance for Brookline, broken up by number 13, Alex Van Dyke. Now number 5, Zubin Cahosi throws it in to Mason Stern. Passed back to Carr. Back up to Cahosi. Out to Stern. Stern dribbling towards the middle. Launches a kick. Goes off the head of Nicolazzo. Goldberg chases it down. Fakes out his defender. Kick to the middle. Deflects into the air. Deflects back to Stern. His shot is walled off by a defender and bounces out of bounds. The Wellesley defenders just throwing their bodies in front of these shots like they're hockey defensemen. This score could be a lot more lopsided than it is if not for the scrappy efforts of the Wellesley defense. Goldberg lining up for a corner kick. Corner kick comes in low and wide. Another goal kick coming from number 5, Leo Ventimiglia. Ventimiglia passes it out to Silk. Silk kicks it up the line and out of bounds. Throw in from Carr goes back to Stern. Stern passes it back to Lippman. And then further back to Hatchett. Hatchett up the field for Keegan McGlynn. Gets away from him. Stolen away. But losing track of it was number 19, Nicholas Vigil. Throw in up the line. Deflects in the air and Vigil heads it out. Another quick throw in from Goldberg. Deflects away. Scrumming for it. Ball is knocked free. Another scrum for it. Daraganov trying to escape. Can't do it. Stern kicks it away. Gets it to Mark O'Neill. Back to Stern. Tries to go back to Mark O'Neill. Too far. Nico Lotso boots it away. And that's going to bounce out of bounds. That'll be Brookline ball. Carr with the throw-in violation, and the ball will go to Wellesley as they make a substitution. Number 23, Evan Farley, checking into the game. Vigil throws it in. Deflected away by Stern. Perez Lawrence trying to fight around every defender. Can't do it, but he does force them to go out of bounds. As Van Dyke lost his footing there. Cahosi throwing this one in. Knocked back to Cahosi. Pass back to Stern. Stern pass to the middle to Mark O'Neill. Knocked away from Mark O'Neill. Taken back by the Raiders, but then Carr kicks it back upfield and gets it to Stern. Stern fakes out his defender, passes, gets it right to Mark O'Neill. Pass over to Keegan McGlynn. Shot, diving save by Block. Rebound, score by David Perez Lawrence. David Perez Lawrence off the assist from Ben Keegan McGlynn. (4-0) now the Brookline lead. I'll update my scoreboard in a second. Just struggling to find my mouse. Shoot. Action's back underway. Ignore the erroneous scoreboard. It is 4-0 Brookline. Kicked up the field. Perez Lawrence off to the races. It's knocked away by Farley. And then Vigil kicks it upfield, deflects off Stern and out of bounds. Throw in. Deflects upfield. Lippman kicks it up to Mark O'Neill. Mark O'Neill chases it down, passes to Keegan McGlynn. Keegan McGlynn upfield Broken up by Nico Lotso. He sends it upfield, too far out of bounds. Deflecting every which way, and taking the ball is going to be Marco Neer. And pulling on his jersey was Galatoplios. And so that'll be a free kick for Brookline. Free kick coming from Lipman. Bouncing along, deflecting, block, has to rush in and kick it out of bounds. That'll be a corner for Brookline. 4-0, the Brookline lead. Excuse me. 2 goals from Hunter Robin, both assisted by Koya Nicoli. A goal by Robert Marco Neer, assisted by Mason Stern. And then a goal by David Perez Lawrence, assisted by Ben Keegan-McGlynn. That is where we have our score at 4-0 so far. I think this is Stern taking this corner kick. Booted out and booted in. Once again, that is Robert Marco Neer coming out of the scrum with his second goal of the day. Wellesley starting over. Jemski dribbling with it, passes it upfield. Broken up by number 86, Finbar Bruin. Trying to pass it upfield. Lost track of it, kicked away by Jemski. Van Dyke sends it upfield. Race to the ball is won by Daraganov. Daraganov off to the races. Bruin cuts in and deflects it as it's scooped up by Forey. Brookline's right backs, or far side backs, have been doing an excellent job of backing up their center backs. Whenever Littman's gotten beat, either Dylan Hatchett or Finbar Bruin have done an excellent job of backing him up and shutting that attack down. Littman now takes this ball, passes it upfield to Bruin. Bruin upfield to number 21, Theo Nisler. Now over to Keegan-McGlynn, now up to Nisler. Stolen away, passed upfield to Daraganov. Daraganov knocked away by Littman, goes back to Vigil, deflects, and now passed up to Stern. Stern sends a long boot. No offsides call. Perez Lawrence chases it down. Perez Lawrence slipped and fell, but recovers and takes the ball back. He's charging towards the net. David Perez Lawrence easily kicks it in. David Perez Lawrence with his second. Assisted by Mason Stern. That is Stern's second assist of the day. 2 goals each from Robin, Marco Neer, and Perez Lawrence. 6-0 the Brookline lead here in the first half. Pass goes back. Send it back to Vigil. Vigil kicks it. Barely kept from going out of bounds. But now, scrum for the ball. And a whistle called against Wellesley. And we've got an injured Warrior down. That is David Perez Lawrence. Holding his right leg. They have called out the trainer. Certainly hope Perez Lawrence is okay. He's back on his feet, and he's staying out there. Brookline will have the free kick. And this is actually going to be a drop ball going to Wellesley, looks like. Vigil passes it upfield. Scrum for the ball again. Still scrumming for it. Keegan McGlynn comes away with it after all that. Keegan McGlynn kicks it upfield, knocked away by Nico Lotso. Now booted in the air by Littman. Takes it himself and passes upfield. Cut off by Nico Lotso. Kicked up to Daraganov. Daraganov's kick walled off by Littman. Recovered by Nico Lotso. He kicks it upfield. Another scrum. Wellesley gets a boot on it, but it one-hops into the arms of Forey. Forey rolls it in. Stern passes it upfield. Vigil walls it off. Scrumming for the ball. Vigil gets a sliding pass upfield to Jemski. Jemski dribbling back, now passing upfield to Farley. Slices off his foot wrong, but it's recovered by Jemski. Jemski tries to pass, cut off by Stern. Stern cut off by Vigil, but it deflects over to Keegan McGlynn. Keegan McGlynn dribbles through one defender, around another. Ben Keegan McGlynn off to the races, still charging. His shot is deflected. Still with it is Brookline. Another pass is walled off. Scrum for the ball again, and it's knocked loose, taken by Brookline. Kicked upfield to Perez Lawrence, knocked back, and taken by the Raiders. Pass through the middle, taken away by Stern. Stern trying to break through. Vigil boots it away and out of bounds. 3 more subs coming in for Brookline. Number 22, Joseph Park. Number 79, Christoph Huang. And number 87, Zachary Gibbons. Throw in for Brookline. Taken away by Wellesley, but kicked out of bounds. Aiden Vandor throws it in. Stolen away now by Daraganov. Daraganov passes to the outside to Jemski. Jemski boots it high in the air. It's a race for the ball. And Forey races in and scoops it up. Forey punts it upfield. Knocked down, recovered by Huang, touched upfield, but cut off by Van Dyke. Bruin takes it, kicks to the middle to Huang, to the outside to Theo Nisler. Now taken away, taken right back by Vandor, kicked upfield. Trying to force it up the line. Nisler taking it down the far side. Lost control of it, taken by Wellesley. They're trying to clear, but it's taken back. This is Stern. Stern dribbling, trying to force his way through. Deflects out to Gibbons. Gibbons' kick is walled off. Deflects out to Farley. Pass going upfield to Daraganov. No offsides. Nobody in front of him except the keeper. Daraganov charges in. Walled off by Forey. Liam Forey with a huge aggressive save there. He just charged in and slid in front of that kick, not giving Daraganov any kind of angle. Corner kick now coming from Jemski. Bounces past everybody off the head of Nisler. Now off a foot. Off ahead again and out of bounds. That'll be a corner kick on the other side. Now from the far corner, Jemski taking it again. Comes in low. Off the hands of Forey, and he picks it up, still in bounds. Now chucks it upfield like a quarterback. Gets it to number 76, Harrison Flint. Passed up to Gibbons. Knocked away. Now taken by Gibbons. Gibbons pass upfield. Race for the ball. Flint coming in. Breakaway shot. Misses wide. Harrison Flint shaking his head after that one. His teammates being supportive and cheering him on, though. We've got an injured Raider down on one knee now. Looks like that's number 5, Ventimiglia. And it looks like he's coming off with a slight limp. Hopefully it's nothing major and he's okay. Ventimiglia did get tangled up with David Perez Lawrence and a teammate as they were all racing to the ball and kind of collided. That's what gave that open chance to Harrison Flint, but now a goal kick. Deflects over to Gibbons. Gibbons dribbling through, got some space to work, kicks it upfield, and it's going to bounce into the arms of Block. Block punts it. Knocked down by Nisler, but recovered by Nico Lotso, kicked upfield, and that's going to be out of bounds. Bruin quickly throws it into Gibbons. Gibbons tries to touch it along. Collision, scrum for the ball. Coming out of it is Huang, and drawing a foul. This will be a free kick for Brookline. Stern lining up for the free kick. Here comes the kick, comes in high, headed away, and out of bounds, and that is going to be the whistle for halftime. Our score at halftime: Brookline 6, Wellesley 0. 2 goals each for Brookline from Hunter Robin, Robert Marconier, and David Perez Lawrence. And now at this halftime intermission, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. I'd like to tell you about the Brookline Community Foundation. For over 100 years, the Brookline Community Foundation has been a trusted partner, supporting Brookline by investing in organizations and initiatives that help create opportunity and promote equity to everyone who lives, learns, works, and plays in our community. Among the foundation's many grant programs is the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School, which provides graduating BHS students with scholarships to help fund post-secondary education. To date, 81 BHS students have received scholarships from this fund to help them as they build their futures. Your support is crucial to helping Brookline youth as they embark on the next steps in their educational journeys. Visit brooklinecommunity.org or call 617-566-4442 to learn more about the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School and how you can make a difference right here in Brookline. Once again, brooklinecommunity.org or call 617 566 4442. And remember, you can get all that information about the Brookline Community Foundation website and phone number down in the description section of this video down below. And remember, once again, if you're enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. And if you got something to say, I encourage you to say it in the live chat. But for now, it is halftime. Brookline 6, Wellesley 0. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan at Sprague Field in Wellesley, Mass. I'll be going off the mic for a minute, but I'll be back for the second half. Stay tuned. Hello again, everybody. Back on the mic. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, coming to you live from Sprague Field in Wellesley, Mass. Bringing you today's high school freshman boys soccer contest between the Wellesley High Raiders and the Brookline High Warriors. As we get ready for the second half of play, Brookline has built a substantial 6-0 lead so far over Wellesley. 2 goals each from 3 players, Hunter Robin, Robert Marco Neer, and David Perez Lawrence, is what makes up Brookline's scoring so far. And Brookline is putting in a new goalie here in the second half. That is Liam Raybold, replacing Liam Forey. Forey wasn't challenged too many times in the first half, but the one time he was really challenged, he came through with a nice sliding save. So now we get ready for the second half. Starting it off for Wellesley looks like number 23, Evan Farley. Or no, rather it's number 3, Martin Daraganov. Pass back and we're underway. Scrum for the ball immediately and a whistle against Brookline. Free kick coming for Wellesley. Sent upfield by number 19, Nicolas Vigil. Gets up to number 4, Brendan Nicolazzo. Daraganov trying to race after the ball, but he's walled off by number 15, Dylan Hatchett. Hatchett tried to kick it out of bounds, but it goes out the back line. That's going to be a corner kick for Wellesley. Number 21, Gavin Jemski, lining up to take the corner kick for the Raiders. Line drive in, deflects into the air, deflects again. Finally booted out by number 13, Koya Nicoli. Now controlled by number 90, Hunter Robin. Robin kicks up a long kick. Number 7, Jonah Littman racing to the ball. Vigil cuts him off. Littman takes it back, trying to kick it away. Vigil comes in and cuts it off. Kicked upfield by Nicolazzo, gets up to Daraganov. Now a pass, and that's offsides on Farley. An instant free kick from Brookline, and they're underway. Looks like Wellesley didn't realize, but either way, Vigil's going to take that one and pass it back to the keeper, Will Block. Block kicks it out of bounds, and it'll be Brookline ball. Throw in coming from James Carr. Deflected away. And hard collision between Hatchett and Daraganov, and they're going to call the foul on Hatchett. So another free kick for Wellesley as Vigil lines up to take this kick. That one's going to go upfield and out of bounds. That'll be a throw-in for Brookline. Carr throws it in. Gets to Ben Keegan-McGlynn. Keegan McGlynn sends it back to Dylan Hatchett. Hatchett boots it upfield, but it's taken by Wellesley, popped into the air. Knocked out of bounds off of Lippman. Throw in coming from Nico Lotso. Deflects. Knocked away by Kai Putney. Gets to Nicoli. Nicoli now sends a long leading kick. And block falls on it. Number 85, Zach Lieberman Wingirder, almost got that one, but just a little too far. Long punt again goes out of bounds. Another throw in for Brookline. Throw in from Carr off the head of Vigil. Downed by number 28, Matt Rosales. Long kick gets past the head of Robin. Recovered by Goldberg. Pass to Robin. Offside's called. He didn't make the shot anyway. Almost the hat trick for Hunter Robin there. He's had 2 big scoring chances stopped by an offsides call. This one knocked down by Nicoli. And he gets the ball free. Taps it ahead to Lieberman Wingirder. Knocked away by number 13. Working up the field, it's cut off by Carr, sent up to Rosales. Rosales upfield to Nicoli. Nicoli with plenty of space, and he gets taken down from behind. No call. Lieberman Wingirder picks it up, but he's walled off. Clear, taken by Keegan McGlynn. Someone's got to take it, and it's launched over the bar by Nicoli. Everyone was awaiting a whistle there, but it did not come. As number 13, Alex Van Dyke, very physical defensive presence back there for Wellesley. So now this will simply be a goal kick to be taken by Vigil. Upfield. Pass back and forth, taken for a second by Nicoli, kicked away by Van Dyke. Gets to the outside to Nico Lotso. Nico Lotso sends it upfield looking for Farley, but cut off by Hatchett. Hatchett boots it out of bounds. This will be a throw in for Wellesley. Nico Lotso quickly throws it in. Deflects away, and the keeper, Liam Raybold, picks it up. Raybold punts it. High in the air, knocked down by Nico Lotso off the head of Keegan McGlynn. And now Robin boots it upfield, looking for Ryan Goldberg. No offsides. Goldberg off to the races. Fires a shot, and it's blocked by Vigil. Vigil waited maybe just a bit too long. Maybe he was hoping that one of his teammates would give him a crossing option. But either way, it is knocked out, and it will now be a corner kick for Brookline. Good defensive hustle by Nicholas Vigil. Goldberg lining up to take the corner kick. Towards the box, comes in low and wide, and that's just going to lead to a goal kick. Kicked up the middle. Taken by Daraganov, pass to the outside to Nico Lotso. Nico Lotso upfield, knocked away by Littman, but recovered by Farley, but then Hatchett swoops in and boots it away. Taken by Vigil, pass off the mark, taken by Nicoli. Nicoli fakes around Vigil and draws a foul. Timeout called now by Brookline. Neither team has scored as of yet in the second half. And we've actually got a few comments in the live chat from Mr. Potato. Bro, this is such a good game. I love this so much. And I'm glad you're enjoying the game. I know I'm enjoying it too. And from John Carr, kudos to the casting. Genuinely blown away by how well you call the game. Thank you very much, Mr. Carr. I appreciate that. You know, I do love getting to do this. You know, I'm basically living the dream job here, getting to call games as my job, and I'm always glad when people enjoy my calling of the games. Out of the timeout we come. We'll see if Brookline adjusts anything. Like I said, no score as of yet here in the second half after Brookline went off for 6 goals in the first half. Maybe the Brookline coach felt like his players were starting to take their foot off the gas. This free kick looks like it's going to be taken by number 7, Jonah Lippman. Here it comes. Slices it high and wide, and that's just going to go out of bounds. That clearly just went off his foot wrong. And so this is going to be a goal kick for the Raiders. Vigil's going to take this goal kick. Vigil's kick goes right to Nicoli. Nicoli tries to send it upfield, walled off. Passed up to Dorogonov, touched for Nico Lotso, and now deflected out of bounds by Hatchett. Nico Lotso throws it in. Dorogonov fights through, off to the races, down the near sideline, tries a centering pass. It's kicked away, but it looks like he did draw a foul. Might have gotten hurt. Hopefully he is okay. Nico Lotso setting up for the free kick. Or no, out of bounds throw in. Throw in, booted away by Hatchett, deflected by Van Dyke. Putney deflects it, and now Rosales boots it upfield. Now Brookline racing on the counterattack. Lieberman Wingirder fires a shot, and that's wide. Goal kick now coming. And so Nicholas Vigil goes back to take the goal kick. Or no, actually, it's going to be taken by Van Dyke. Van Dyke boots it upfield. Rosales boots it right back. Jeffrey Peng gets a boot on it. Deflected down and taken by Wellesley, but the pass deflects the wrong way, and Hatchett sends it upfield. Taken by Goldberg. Goldberg passes it up to Robin. Robin turns around, passes to Nicoli, who launches a weak shot that's scooped up by Block. Block punts it. And the subs now coming in for both sides. For Brookline, number 21, Theo Nisler, and number 76, Harrison Flint, come into the game, replacing Zach Lieberman Wingirder and Hunter Robin. While for Wellesley, number 9, Chris Colbert, comes into the game, replacing Martin Dorogonov. Nicoli with the ball now. Taps it over to Putney. Putney lifts it high down to the near side for Goldberg. Goldberg fakes out his defender. Now lifts a high one. Too high, but downed by Rosales. Rosales pass to the middle. A shot! Saved by Block. Kai Putney almost had the goal there, but a great save by Will Block. Ball is taken by Galatoplios. His pass intercepted by Keegan McGlynn. Keegan McGlynn now kicks it upfield, down the near side for Goldberg. Goldberg slides in, tries a crosser, but too close, and it's scooped up by Block. You know, I got to say, it's not often you see an athlete with the absolute perfect name, but you've got a goalie with the name Block. That is awesome. Hatchet, throw in, off the head of Peng, and chased down by Goldberg. Goldberg pass to the middle. Nicoli touches it along to Keegan McGlynn. Now pass for Putney. Putney cutting up the middle, firing a shot, and this one bounces wide. Another couple of subs checking in for Wellesley. Number 5, Leo Ventimiglia, and number 2, Will Karp. They replace Brendan Nicolazzo and Alex Van Dyke. Goal kick being taken by Vigil. Into the air, walled off by Hatchet, deflects to Putney, actually. Putney kicks it up the near side, walled off by Peng. Peng tries to clear it out, gets it up to Farley, but then Putney deflects it away. It's recovered by Nisler, pass to the outside to Rosales. Now pass, too much traffic there, but it's stolen back by Putney. Putney taps it through for Keegan McGlynn, sent back to Nicoli now. Nicoli tries to send it through, too narrow a pathway. So out of the scrum, it deflects away to Keegan McGlynn. Keegan McGlynn turns around, trying to fend off his defenders. Sends it to the outside for Rosales. Rosales coming around, charging in, centering pass. Nicoli deflects it the wrong way, and it goes out of bounds. Big gust of wind starting to blow here at Sprague Field. And if you're wondering what that temporary panicked voice was of mine, it was worrying that my laptop was going to blow over. It's happened before, and I don't need that happening again. Goal kick from Vigil. Up to Jemski, back to Vigil. Pass upfield is taken by Keegan McGlynn. Kick towards the box. One hops into the arms of Block. Block punts it. Up to Karp. Deflects too far, and Nicoli takes it. Nicoli sends it through. Too far for Nisler, but Rosales swoops in. Centering crosser. Back kick in! Harrison Flint! Harrison Flint gets on the board off the assist from Matthew Rosales. Seven 0 now the score in favor of Brookline as they have their first goal of the second half. Couple subs coming in for Brookline. Pass back to Galatoplios, now further back to, I believe, Daraganov. Kicked up field, out of bounds. Carr throws it in. Chased up but walled off, deflects. Nicoli, touch pass for Keegan McGlynn, knocked away but right to Nicoli. Nicoli dribbling up the middle, getting some separation, and Nicoli's shot, it goes high and wide. Trying to make those shots on the run can be rather tough. Looks like this goal kick might be taken by Dragunov. Kicked upfield, chased down by Farley. Ball gets away from him. Carr deflects it, and now it's taken by Lippman. Lippman upfield to Nicoli. Fake by Vigil, instead he dribbles. Now kicks it upfield, but it bounces past Jemski and out of bounds. Throw in goes to Putney. Putney pass to Keegan McGlynn. Keegan McGlynn upfield to Flint. Flint spins around past the outside, misses Huang, and that's going to go out of bounds. Try to get a little too fancy there. Scrum for the ball. It's taken by Nicoli. Nicoli lifts a fancy floating pass up to Huang. Huang crosses to the middle. Flint couldn't get a boot on it, but recovers it. Flint sending a shot through. Deflects all which ways and is cleared out. Recovered by Carr. Passed up to Putney. Putney passed out to Zubin Kahosi, but it's taken away. Wellesley trying to get upfield, but it's cut off, and it's taken by Lippman. Passed back now to Hatchett. Hatchett back to Lippman. Lippman upfield to Nicoli. Nicoli weaving through, gets a pass up to Putney. Putney trying to fend off his defender. Keeps working it upfield, now sending a leading pass. Cut off by Vigil and kicked out of bounds. It's going to be a corner kick for Brookline. Subs now checking in on both sides for Brookline. Number 73, Robert Marco Neer, and number 9, Mason Stern. Check into the game. They replace Koya Nicoli and Kai Putney. For Wellesley, I believe I saw number 4, Brendan Nicolazzo, and number 28, Alex Bonnet. Stern lining up to take this corner kick. In comes, oh, back kick, almost gets in. Now it's pushed in by Kahosi. Goal number 8 for Brookline. The kick towards the net came from Dylan Hatchett. I believe it was deflected in by Zubin Kahosi. So I believe it's a goal for Kahosi and an assist for Hatchett on the stat sheet there as Brookline takes the 8-0 lead. Another couple subs checking in for Wellesley. Number 13, Alex Van Dyke, and number 6, Antonio Romeo return to the game, replacing Jeffrey Peng and Nicholas Vigil. Pass goes back to Farley, and then back to Dragunov. Dragunov trying to dribble through, still dribbling through. Dragunov off to the races as he sends it out to the far side. Kick is walled off by Carr. Still on the attack, though, as Lippman cuts it off. Never goes, yes, it does go out of bounds, and that will be a corner for Wellesley. Martin Dragunov has shown a great ability to move the ball upfield. Corner kick comes in, and Raybold swoops in and picks it out of the air. Punts it upfield now. Off the foot of Van Dyke, bouncing along. Now off the foot of Romeo, still a chase for the ball. Now deflected down by Romeo. He's trying to fend off the pressure. Touch pass from Huang goes ahead to Flint. Flint, the crosser. Knocked away by Dragunov. Karp sends it upfield, but it's taken by Hatchet. Hatchet pass for Keegan McGlynn. Keegan McGlynn upfield. It's through everybody. Sliding in and taking it is Block. Block rolls it in to Dragunov. Upfield and out of bounds. That'll be Brookline ball. Throw in. Stolen away by Wellesley, and a foul is called on Mark O'Neill. Kick, walled off by Stern. Stern kicks it upfield. Ventimiglia had it for a second. Now it's taken by Flint. Pass to the outside for Cahosi. Cahosi back to Carr. Now upfield again. This is Mark O'Neill sending it to the outside for Cahosi. Slips and falls, and it's taken by Dragunov. Now stolen back by Mark O'Neill. Pass back to Carr. Carr dribbling. Now sends it up the far side for Cahosi. Cahosi this time takes it, sends in the crosser, booted away by Van Dyke. Taken again by Carr. Carr gets around one defender. And now kicked out of bounds by Dragunov. Subs now coming in. 3 into the game for Brookline. Number 8, Aiden Vandor. Number 78, David Perez Lawrence, and number 86, Finbar Bruin. For Wellesley, checking in is number 16, Christian Smith. Vandor throwing it in. Deflected down and taken by Nicolazzo, but kicked out of bounds. Brookline throwing again. Another throw in, bouncing along. Chased down and kicked to the outside, sent up field. Scrum for the ball, it's lost out of bounds, Wellesley ball. And now we've got a sub checking in. Gavin Jemski back into the game for the Raiders as he replaces Evan Farley. Throw in. Mark O'Neill had it for a second, but now they're scrumming for it. Ball goes into open field. Bruin boots it upfield. Perez Lawrence slipped and fell, and Ventimiglia clears it out. Now Bruin passes for Keegan McGlynn, who sends it up, gets it to Stern. Stern might have been a little too much on that pass, but no, it's perfect as it's taken by Huang. Knocked out of bounds, it'll stay Brookline ball. Quick throw into Stern, taken away by Romeo. Kicked up field. And it rolls out of bounds. Throw in goes to Jemski as it was actually Wellesley ball there. Now Mark O'Neill takes it. Passes back to Keegan McGlynn. Now back to Littman. Littman pass to the outside to Bruin. Bruin dribbling up the line. And out of bounds, Wellesley ball. Karp throwing this one in. Sends it to Jemski. Jemski sends a pass through. Deflected by Vandor, taken by Cahosi. Pass up to Vandor. Vandor gets it upfield to Nisler. Nisler, pass to the middle to Keegan McGlynn. Sent ahead to Stern. Stern taps it back to Bruin. Bruin passes it out to Huang. Huang takes it, pass for Stern. Stern, upfield. Trying to lead for Perez Lawrence, but too far, and Block scoops it up. Rolled into Romeo. Huang comes in and walls it off. Perez Lawrence now passes it out to Huang. Cut off by Van Dyke. Scrum for the ball. Taken by Romeo, kicked upfield. Karp tries to kick it, but didn't get his foot on it. Keegan McGlynn now passes back to Bruin. Now ahead to Stern. Stern touches it to the outside for Huang. Walled off by Ventimiglia. Ventimiglia kicks it upfield. Walled off by Stern. Now Romeo kicks it upfield. Karp keeps it in bounds. Keegan McGlynn takes it, passes back to Bruin. Bruin gets a pass to Keegan McGlynn now, who sends it back to Lippman. Lippman lost the ball, taken away by Wellesley. Passed back to Smith. Now his pass intercepted by Mark O'Neill. Now kicked away by Van Dyke. Taken by Huang. Pass broken up again by Smith. Now a scrum for the ball. Romeo takes it. His pass is deflected out of bounds by Huang. Now subs coming in on both sides. For Brookline, number 22, Joseph Park re-enters the game. For Wellesley, number 19, Nicholas Vigil, and number, I think, 23, Evan Farley check back into the game. Immediate steal by Stern, and swooping in and kicking it away is Van Dyke. Throw in. Gets to Bruin. Bruin trying to fight through his defender, but he's walled off by Smith. Now out of the scrum, it gets to Stern. Stern lost the ball, and it was taken by Ventimiglia, passed upfield. Pass back to Ventimiglia now. Now sent upfield to Colbert. Colbert trying to work his way through. Forced it out of bounds, stays with Wellesley. Colbert throws this one in to Smith. Walled off by Park. Park kicks it upfield, walled off by Romeo. Now pass to Smith. Smith trying to lead for Colbert. Colbert gets it on the outside, but he's cut off by Lippman. Lippman gets around Colbert. Gets around another defender. Passes upfield. Park had it for a second, but it's stolen by Farley. Passed back to Vigil. Kick to the far side for Jemski. Offsides called on Wellesley. Free kick coming now for Brookline. Lippman to take the kick. Off ahead now. Vandor kicks it upfield. And it rolls out of bounds, Wellesley ball. Throw in. Vigil had it for a second but lost it out of bounds. And now as it's Brookline ball, we got a sub checking back in for the Warriors. That's number 87, Zach Gibbons. He replaces Zubin Kahosi. Throw in, off ahead. Mark O'Neill kicks it back to Bruin. Bruin boots it up for Perez Lawrence. Perez Lawrence turns, tries a pass for Park. Park recovers the ball and passes it back to Mark O'Neill. Now to the outside for Gibbons. Gibbons lost it out of bounds. That's going to be a goal kick for Wellesley. And now for Wellesley, number 20, Matt Silk comes back into the game, replacing Christian Smith. Goal kick from Van Dyke. Deflected down by Gibbons. Stolen away from Gibbons by Nico Lazo. Stolen back by Vandor, passed up to Gibbons. Knocked out of bounds by Vigil. Gibbons throws it in. Tapped back to Gibbons. Touch pass to Stern. Stern boots it high, bouncing along. Romeo gets there first. Ball is knocked out of bounds, Brookline ball. And a sub coming in for Brookline, Dylan Hatchett checking back into the game, replacing Jonah Lippman. Throw in goes to Park. Park's kick deflected out by Romeo. That's going to draw a corner for Brookline. Stern lining up to kick this one. Stern's kick is going to come in wide for a goal kick now. 8-0 the Brookline lead here in the second half. I think the official just signaled there's about 10 minutes to go. Goal kick. Deflects, taken by Stern. Stern pass back to Mark O'Neill. Now ahead to Park. Park almost got around Vigil there, but he's cut off by Daraganov. Now loose ball still being battled for. Perez Lawrence has it. But no room to send in a crosser. He's trying to fight around Romeo. Now he sends in a crosser. And it goes off the foot of Nico Lazo and out of bounds. The hustle of Christoph Huang and David Perez Lawrence to get that ball back, and on Perez Lawrence for somehow finding the space to launch in that crosser that has now given Brookline another goal kick. Stern lining up for this one. High kick. And it bounced along the top bar and out. Goal kick in the air. Foul called for the push on Gibbons. And so it'll be another free kick for Wellesley. Off the foot of Nico Lazo, it's taken by Mark O'Neill. Mark O'Neill lost the ball, but he lost it on a foul. So this will now be a free kick for Brookline. Hatchett takes the free kick, deflects off Vigil and is taken by Farley. Tapped for Daraganov, but the pass off the mark taken by Stern, pass to the outside to Huang. Huang upfield to Park. Park running out of room, trying to force his way through. Almost gets there, but instead it's taken by Huang. Passed to Stern. Stern to the middle to Mark O'Neill. Mark O'Neill walled off, and it's taken by Daraganov. Long kick leading for Jemski. Cut off by Hatchett and knocked out of bounds. Throw in. Booted high in the air. Now Stern slices it into the air, goes off the head of Romeo. Failed deflection, and now it's booted up field by Nisler. Chased down by Huang, who launches a kick well off angle. Oh, but Perez Lawrence is keeping a boot on it, sends it to the middle. Chance, oh, somehow blocked. Now the shot by Park is scooped up by Block. Another one of those balls where you're just like, how did that not get into the back of the net? And the answer is another scrappy and valiant effort by the Wellesley defense. It feels weird to praise a team's defensive effort when they've let in 8 goals, but really, this game could have been a lot more lopsided than it already is. Farley trying to work it upfield. Knocked away by Mark O'Neill, gets to Stern. Stern faking his way through. Ball deflected away, but there's the triple whistle. Brookline comes away with a convincing victory. The final score, the Brookline Warriors 8, the Wellesley Raiders 0. One last look at the live chat from Felix Ham. Shout out to Captain James Carr. And shout out to a lot of these guys. A complete performance by the Warriors as they come away with a 8-0 victory. As they line up for the final handshakes. Summing up the scoring, Brookline scored 6 in the first half. 2 goals by Hunter Robin, 2 by Robert Mark O'Neill, and 2 by David Perez Lawrence. They scored 2 more goals in the second half. 1 by Harrison Flint, and 1, I believe, by Zubin Kahosi, but it might have been Dylan Hatchett. I'll have to go back and look at the tape to be sure. But either way, Brookline comes away with a convincing win. Thank you all so much for tuning in here today. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan from Sprague Field in Wellesley, Massachusetts. If you enjoyed this live stream, again, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. I'll be back here in Wellesley tomorrow for the JV Boys Soccer Contest between Brookline and Wellesley, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And then we got some Friday night football action at Parsons Field in Brookline. This Friday, Brookline against Natick on the gridiron. So be sure to stay tuned for all of that. Subscribing to the channel can help. If there's anything you'd like to say, but the stream has already ended, I encourage you to say it in the comment section down below. You can also go down below to the description section of the video for all the information you need about our local charity Spotlight, the Brookline Community Foundation. Find out about the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School and all their other great causes and initiatives that you can donate to. Find their information down in the description. Check out the bottom right corner of your screen. You can see the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com. Go there and find out more about me, the freelance sportscasting services that I provide, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team or player. Directly below that is my email address, jgms88@gmail.com, if you just want to reach out to me directly with any questions or requests you might have. And then below that, the URL to my Instagram account, instagram.com/jgms88. Follow me on Instagram, where you can see highlights from previous live streams, and I'll have plenty of highlights to post from today's game. One last note in the live chat from Tina Cassidy. Great job with the game calling and stream, and go Warriors. Thank you so much, Tina. I appreciate the kind words. And I think that's a good note for us to end on. From Sprague Field in Wellesley, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Final score, Brookline 8, Wellesley 0. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.